Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Capricorn November 1st, 2022. Your mind tends to wander today, and you don't have as much patience with details. Under these conditions, it's probably best to wait and see. With Mercury's move into your partnership sector today, you thrive on communicating in the weeks ahead. Others seem to rev up your thinking processes, and even if you only sometimes take their advice, you can benefit from their feedback. You're more inclined to weigh the pros and cons, negotiate, and discuss matters. It's an excellent mental exercise, but there will be many times during this cycle when you're saying things from your head and not your heart with mixed results. Remind yourself of healthy communication patterns. It's a potentially active period for really getting to know significant people, or a significant person, in your life. You seem to have a stronger need for intellectual stimulation through others during this Mercury transit that lasts until November 17th, frequently sharing your ideas and decision-making processes with someone naturally follows. Mental Mercury, our cosmic messenger planet, is making tracks across the sky from you in your solar 7th house of marriage and commitment. In the weeks ahead, you'll experience an increased flow of communication between you and your significant other. You can use this energy to be more rational, diplomatic, and charming with one another as you make long-term plans together. This is also an auspicious moment to make a long-term promise. Find a way to always look at things from both parties' perspectives, and harmony will be found. If single, search for people who have long-term potential and who can carry a meaningful conversation. Who do you need to talk to? You may want to take a back seat in your conversations about your professional commitments when Mercury enters your opposite sign, Scorpio. Assessing before acting comes easier than usual since Mercury in Scorpio will want to gather as much information as possible to ensure that you have all the pertinent details needed before coming to a decision. You might feel more empowered by taking charge of the conversation or asking questions when the time feels right. Aside from this, try not to obsess over any correspondence that may occur. Just as Mars is about to turn retrograde in your income sector, the Moon wraps up its monthly visit to your financial sector. While this saw them move into opposition yesterday, with Mars preparing to open the doors to the past and second chances on the income front and the Moon making its last visit before planetary activity on the other side of the financial fence begins, this has managed to get your attention. There is a planetary configuration now that might force you to look at your whole approach to physical health and say, yuck, or, come on, let's step it up. Be appreciative of the insights you have when you feel upset with things because there is much to be said for starting over with a new approach. One small step that is important for you to take is a serious look at posture, especially when you are at your desk. This can help you to avoid back and shoulder pain. Today, you're going to have a moment of pause, a relaxation period when you can take stock. The vibrations of the moment will be encouraging you to sort out the people in your life who are just acquaintances and those who are your real friends, what your profound desires are as opposed to those imposed on you from outside, and the superficial from the eternal in a serious way. You are hesitating about making a complete change in your comportment so that you can adapt more gently to situations, notably with your friends and family. But you have a supple mind so that you always fall on your feet. Be aware of this. A week after Saturn turned direct in your career sector, Mercury not only leaves your work sector today but over 2 months after beginning the first planetary activity on the job front for the year, he brings it to a close. Saturn is still at a standstill, and with the Moon not returning to give things a nudge until next week, even the professional gods will welcome the Moon's return to an adventurous part of your chart today. Meanwhile, Mercury is joining the Sun and Venus in your relationship sector in order to do what as the planet of communication he does best. A week after the Sun and Venus return to your relationship sector, and with an eclipsing new moon having already given your relationships a lot of forward momentum, they are joined by Mercury today. With the planet of communication on board, this is a short 19-day mission to get the communication lines open while putting every planet that will visit this year here at the same time. Our eyes in the sky. Today is a true build-up to the energetic wonders on the way. The day starts with a bang with zesty Mars turning retrograde in Gemini. There is a face-off between your needs and your relationship's requirements at the beginning of the day. Fulfilling partnerships take time and effort, and someone is serving as a mirror for you right now. What are the experiences you're thinking of letting go? Are others giving you the attention you deserve? These are some fundamental questions that are important to answer for future endeavors. This is true for romantic connections and even business contractual agreements. People are quite hot-tempered right now, and it's up to you to decide whether you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. There is a strong, prickly feeling of change in the air, and spiritual realizations could fall into your lap in the hours ahead. A great strategy for the evening is to honor your body's needs. There's an emphasis on life's niceties and pleasures. Eat great food, watch wonderful movies, and give yourself plenty of rewards. The cosmic energies are opening the door to the other side once the hour strikes midnight. Witches and warlocks, you'd better prepare that broomstick and get ready for a ride. In the morning, the Capricorn moon squares off with Chiron in Aries, creating frustration. Events transpire which cause us to doubt our abilities. We are uneasy expressing our emotions, believing that the only way to navigate this crisis is by toughening up. Yet, no matter how mature we behave, we feel like a child that someone has put in their place. We want to wall ourselves off, but this is not the answer. Instead, we should use self-restraint and face our problems pragmatically. Using logic to rectify the situation can help to restore our confidence. Following this, Mars stations retrograde in Gemini. This is one of the big headline items of this year's astrological news. Mars has been in Gemini since August 20th, and will not complete its transit until March 25, 2023. The warrior planet will retrace its steps in this sign concerned with information and communication until January 11th. During this time, we should expect to feel drained, disoriented, and lacking in enthusiasm. Work ambitions can stall. Our sex drives may tank. We lack passion for plans previously set in motion, causing us to wonder what is wrong with us. But of course, there is nothing wrong. Mars retrograde presents an opportunity to review our desires, so we don't rush into projects and relationships that are not in our best interest. If we fight too many battles, we scatter our energy. Use this time to determine which objectives are worth fighting for.